Oh, hey, everyone. It is Britta here with Aligned and Undefined, and I'm here to bring you the April energy update from the Akashic Records. This is for April 2026. I'm really excited to see what this energy holds for us, just kind of with the energy I've been feeling in general over the past few days. I really feel like this April energy is going to be really potent. Um, as always, take what resonates and leave the rest. This is collective energy. So if you are not quite resonating with this message yourself, I invite you to look around in the world around you, see what's going on with your friends, your family, what's going on globally, because this is, like I said, collective energy. So take what resonates for you and see how it maybe is playing out outside of you as well. So before I go into the records. I always do pull cards from my favorite deck, Rosie Aronson's Wisdom Keeper's Inner Guidebook. This is based on the 64 Gene Keys, which are based off of the 64 Gates of Human Design and the I Ching. And I have two cards today. But before I show the cards, one fell out of the deck and one I drew. Before I show you the cards, I do want to share the message I got as I was shuffling. I always get messages while I shuffle. I heard whoosh. April is fast. Move fast. Get going, but don't burn yourself out. Move with clarity towards your vision and goals. I also heard work smarter, not harder. So there is an energy, a fast moving energy, and energy that is inviting us to get going this month. However, we want to make sure that we're moving really in alignment with our vision for ourselves and our future, because that is how we're going to make the most of this fast moving energy. Don't just move to move, move with intention. I also heard a couple songs. So I heard this is a song that I went to Catholic school growing up, and we used to sing this in Catholic school. And I don't know who it's by, but for such a time as this, I was placed upon this earth. Um, that song came through a few months ago in a weekly energetic update. So I feel like that's a theme coming in, is that we really are on this earth for a reason at this time. So let's move with intention and move with our soul purpose. And then I also heard the song Rusty Halo by The Script. I don't know if any of you are familiar with that song, but uh, the chorus is I gotta shine my rusty halo. So wherever you are, however you are doing, like you have a halo and shine it, no matter how rusty you are. Um, so the two cards I pulled, the one actually that came out, fell out of the deck is the Wisdom Keeper one. And this is a really, really beautiful card, all about creativity and freshness. In the Gene Keys, this is the G Center. So it's about identity, self love, and direction, and really moving from a place of freshness. The shadow is entropy, but the gift is freshness. And there's a profound creative energy in this Wisdom Keeper. It's individual circuitry and human design. So it's tuning into your individual energy and finding what feels fresh for you and birthing it from your individual sense of self and purpose, which I think goes great with that message that came of moving towards your vision and goals, not just taking action for the sake of act, like just to take action, but take action from that place of intention, from that place of freshness. This Jinky gate also ebbs and flows. Like the freshness isn't necessarily always available in this energy. And so being able to be okay with periods where we're not creating as much and periods where we are creating more. And it really feels like this month is asking us to step into that freshness energy and to move with it, but also to honor if there's any times throughout the month where you do feel like your creativity is depleting, to not push it when it's not there. So the freshness energy is really beautiful. Really think it goes perfectly with um, kind of the message I got while shuffling. And just, number one is all about beginnings numerology. We are in a 1 year, actually a 10-year numerologically. So there's a lot of beginnings on offer. And I really feel that for this month. I also drew the Gene Key 16, which is all about versatility and its gift. It's about being just like having all of these gifts and being able to pull from them, and using the gifts that we have in the best way. Um, So this is throat energy. It's collective throat energy. So being able to speak out our truth, being able to speak out um, from a place of deep versatility, like trusting that freshness to allow us to move with versatility, to pick up the skills that we need to get what needs to get done with this fast moving energy. The shadow is indifference. It's like I couldn't even remember it. The shadow's indifference, but the gift is versatility. And um, there is such an energy of being able to pull from different resources and be multifaceted in your skills. And to lean into that energy of like, well, you might be thinking, I don't have a lot of skills. And this month really, really like questioning that if that is a narrative that you have, that yes, like we have the ability to be versatile in our lives and we can pick up the skills that we need we as they're needed and to trust that. So that those are the cards. Let's go into the Akashic Records and see what comes through. I chat with my eyes closed. We'll see you on the other side. All right, the Akashic Records for the collective consciousness are now open. I'm calling in all of our collective angels, guides, ancestors, and anyone else for our highest, truest, but only what would best serve us? What will best serve us as we move into the month of April 2026? What energies are on offer this month, and how can we utilize them to the best of our ability um, throughout the month? Coughing, coughing always signifies to me throat blockages, speaking our truth, which is really in alignment with this 16, which is throat energy in human design. And this has been a theme, really, the throat has been coming up in the records since probably July, June, pretty consistently, June, July of last year. And we are in this period of needing to speak up, to use our voices in really aligned, authentic ways. And so get going, get moving. There is a fast moving energy on offer this month, and you do have the opportunity to really set things in motion in a really new and profound way. Many of you watching this have felt sort of like the year has kind of been creeping along. It's been kind of a slow start in some respects. In other respects, it hasn't been. But in terms of creative energy, um, getting the creative ideas out there, moving with the intention of your soul purpose. For many of you watching this, it has felt like this year has been slow in that respect. That there have either been sort of roadblocks put in the way of you moving with your intention, whether that be collective roadblocks. Bretta is channeling this from Minneapolis, Minnesota, where there was a lot of stuff happening locally, and that people got very, very absorbed in that, and it kind of took people away from their own inner freshness because they were so absorbed in what was going on outside of them. And so elective roadblocks, but also personal roadblocks, a lot of things coming up for people these first few months of the year that were very heaviness. And it was all by design, of course, because to really tap into that freshness, you need to be able to release what is no longer serving. To be able to speak your truth with versatility, you need to be able to tap into what's no longer serving. And so the roadblocks that have been coming up for the first 3 months of the year, on and off. For some of you, it was more internal. For some of you, it was more external. For some of you, it was both. They were by design because you have to release what's no longer serving to move forward with intention. And even the things that were happening at the collective level really gave people pause to consider what they truly value and what their mission is. Because as things have been happening collectively in our world, whether locally or you're watching it from afar, it's been bringing up a lot for people about what is it that I want to do in this world? What kind of world do I want to co create? How do I want to contribute? And the more that we see things coming out, the more that we have seen things coming out in the news cycles about things happening that don't sit well with us as humans, like morally. And it doesn't, those events have really exposed to many of us what doesn't feel in integrity for us. The more that has also helped us to get clear on what we truly value and how we want to serve. And so, all that said and done, it's been a heavy few first months of the year, months of the year. Um, my voice even was like, I couldn't like get it out there. And that's kind of the energy that was the first 3 months of the year on and off in different capacities for different people, just like things getting stalled, not being able to move at the rate we were hoping to when the year started. Um, Lots of different roadblocks, whether, like we said, internally, externally, or a combination of both. And now there is an opportunity for forward movement. That's not to say that you won't encounter more roadblocks moving forward, because of course, as we continue to push ourselves and challenge ourselves in new ways, as we can continue to take inspired action towards our goals, there are always going to be things that crop up, and how we respond to those things are everything. And yet, you are going to notice, many of you collectively, that things are speeding up. Really, since the equinox, that energy, really, things started to shift. If you're energetically sensitive, you may have noticed a feeling of increased energy on the eve of the equinox entering Aries season, but it's amplified now in April. And many of you are going to start to find that rapid forward movement is going to be happening, whether that be in your businesses, if you're a business owner, in your job, in terms of like maybe you've been wanting a promotion and all of a sudden it comes through, in terms of relationships, if you're noticing that, if you've been noticing that your relationships, whether that be romantic or just platonic relationships, have kind of gone through hiccups, there will be a smoothing out there. Um, there's so many different avenues where this could take place, but things are starting to speed up, and you are going to notice that you will have greater capacity to I say the word capacity and I'm like, that word's been overused, but I'm saying it because it's what's coming through. The most overused word of 2025 into 2026. Capacity. And yet it's coming through because it is the most uh it, the word that gets to the heart of what we the records are trying to say is um you will you are going to notice, if you haven't already, that you are going to have more capacity this month, starting this month, to start moving. Eh, to the extent that some of you are not going to feel ready for it, or the movement is going to catch you off guard. Not necessarily in a bad way, because everything is your perspective is everything in these situations. But movement is going to come quicker than you think for many of you. It's going to catch you up. It might catch you off guard. It might surprise you. And we really just invite you to stay open this month, because anything is really possible. Anything is possible. Stay open, speak up, and make room for that freshness. There is that really fast energy on offer this month. And yet, you can't catch it if you don't slow down. So it's a little bit of a conundrum because you're no many of you are noticing that the energy is faster. If you haven't, if you're not noticing it, you will. If you're not noticing it in yourself, you may notice it in others around you. Um, and yet, to really take hold, where is it, of the freshness of this creative energy, you need to make space. And so, again, like Britta said, before she opened the records, that message she got through while shuffling, this is a really fast moving energy this month. And yet, you're going to burn yourself out and you're not going to be able to truly access the creativity that is on offer if you're just moving without without really any foresight or forethought or any intention. And so there might also be some of you may struggle with slowing down. Some of you may really have to. This isn't everybody, but there are some of you listening to this who are really, really, really going to have to listen to your inner compass, to your inner knowing, to your intuition, to your bodily signals, because you're just going to want to run with the energy. That's not all of you listening in, but some of you are really going to run with the energy, and that is not advisable. I mean, you can do it. You have choice. We're not telling you what to do. Um, we aren't dictators, the Akashic Records. Um, so of course, do whatever you want to do. Do what you want to do. However, we are telling you from the space of the records that running with this energy without any foresight or forethought or intention is not going to bode well for you. It's going to lead to burnout and it will lead to probably some disappointment, um, frustration, bitterness, anger, human design, whatever your signature. For those of you who speak human design language, whatever your not self theme is. And a combination of other quote unquote negative emotions because you are more than just a human design or a type, and burnout can lead to multiple feelings that don't feel good. So be mindful that this fast moving energy on offer this month is incredible. It is potent. It is peak manifestation energy, like manifestation without trying, that kind of energy. And yet you need to be mindful, you need to be intentional, you need to give yourself space to slow down, whatever that looks like for you. And you need to allow yourself to have fun too. Like find the joy in the daily life. Enjoy yourself. Indulge. The end of April is the start of Taurus season, and that is such an archetype of indulgence. So yes, there's this fast moving energy this month, but also like have a spa day. Eat your favorite cake. Go and bask in the sun. The energy is fast, but there's no need to rush. That is where this freshness will come in. And that is also where you will really start to see how you can use your skills to the best of your ability. Use your voice, speak your truth. Utilize new skills. So there might be a push for some of you to be uncomfortable and try some new skills. Utilize some new skills, but also pull out old skills. I'm getting this energy of like a skill that maybe you used in a previous season of your life that you were really good at. Like maybe, in high school, you were in choir and you were an amazing singer, and you haven't done that in 10 years. But for some reason this month, you're being asked to pull that skill out again. Maybe you are inspired to share on social media or singing skills from a long time ago. Or maybe you're just inspired to host a gathering with friends where you kind of have a jam session and sing together. Like that's one example of pulling out an old skill and using it. But there is this energy that I'm getting of like pulling out an old skill that you think might be rusty, that you think like, oh, I don't do that anymore. That's an old version of me. No, we are all versions of ourselves at every moment. And you get to choose how you embody that. So it's a really, really exciting month. There's a lot on offer. Overall, very positive energy collectively and individually for many of you. The caveat is you do not want to burn out. So honor the quickness, but don't get over invested in it. Take time for yourself, make time to indulge, and give yourself space for that freshness to come through because it will. Might not come right away. It might come right away, but it cannot come if you don't allow it. And if you're just in the energy, the fast moving energy, and not um, resting, not indulging, not taking space for yourself, you're not going to access the freshness on offer. And you're not going to be able to, I'm getting like the freshness is going to give you insight into those versatile skills, new and old, that you can utilize this month and you can put into action this month. So this month is full of surprises. It is fast moving. It is like prime manifestation energy if you use it well. Um, ah, we can't wait to see where it takes you. Ta for now. All right. The Akashic Records for the collective consciousness are now closed. Thank you so much for tuning in to April's energy update. I hope and trust you found this valuable. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below if you resonated. And as always, I encourage you to like and to subscribe to this channel if you want more of this content. I will see you all later. Hope you have a great April. Bye-bye. How do I